Hey, I'm Donald Bell for Cool Tools, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the benefits of using solid core jumper wire for your breadboard projects instead of the floopy, flexible jumper wires a lot of us start out with. You can find links to everything down in the description. When I started out tinkering with electronics, at some point I bought a kit that included a breadboard and some components and a few dozen of these colorful, flexible jumper wires. These wires are great, especially for beginners working on relatively simple projects. The nubby ends make them easy to grab and undo and redo connections, which is exactly what you're doing in the first stages of any prototype. But what happens when you're ready to turn this breadboard project into something more permanent? There are a lot of different answers here depending on your skill level, but when you're starting out, typically it means moving parts over to something like a perma-proto board or a perf board and turning each of these jumper wire connections one by one into a soldered wire connection. In my experience, as projects got more and more sophisticated, the flexible jumper wires became an impenetrable tangle, and by the time I got the project working, it felt like an impossible task to go back through and trace each wire connection without screwing something up along the way. My big breakthrough was making the switch to solid core wire. These come in a $10 kit with different lengths of wire, all color-coded. The wire is stiff enough that the ends just push right into your breadboard, and part of what I love about it is that the wires lay down perfectly flat. Have you ever seen one of those circuit diagrams where all the wires are perfectly routed around like a subway map? That's the kind of type A precision you can get with these wires. Your breadboards are tidy and easier to understand. Now, sometimes the spacing of the endpoints is just right for the connection you're making. Other times, you'll need to trim and strip a longer wire to get where you want to go, or bend a wire around a few components. No big deal. But the real payoff is that by avoiding the tangle, when you're ready to move from breadboard to proto board, you can just pop these out one by one and move them over. For me, it's removed the pain of getting to the end of the breadboarding stage and weeping at the thought of reverse engineering a rat's nest of wires. Now, don't get me wrong, I still get a lot of use out of flexible jumper wires and alligator clips, but once a breadboard design really starts taking shape, I now know instinctively to move over to solid core wires. It helps me see what I'm doing, and it just eases every step down the line. So do yourself a favor and pick up a kit. You can find a link to it down in the description, along with links to my favorite DuPont style flexible jumpers and some inexpensive proto boards that make it easy to solder up a breadboard design without having to redesign it. And remember, you can find thousands of reader recommended tools like these at cool-tools.org.